Action in 2026 came in every flavor. Superheroes, special ops soldiers, Miami cops, time-traveling diners, and He-Man himself. We took the 10 most watched films that IMDb actually classifies as action this year and ranked them purely by their audience score, counting down from number 10 to number 1. And the twist is a big one. The highest-rated action movie of the year isn't a Hollywood blockbuster at all. It's a 3.5-hour Indian epic that towers over everything else. Let's start at the bottom. We kick off at number 10 with The Girl of Steel. Supergirl, directed by Craig Gillespie, sends Kara Zor-El on an interstellar road trip of vengeance, a bold swing that trades the usual save-the-city formula for something stranger. Fans were split, a 6.1 from audiences, a middling 49 on Metacritic, and about 57 million at the box office. It's the boldest reinvention of the character in years, but bold and crowd-pleasing didn't quite meet in the middle. A new DC era that opened with more of a shrug than a cheer. At 9, the wilderness becomes the monster. Apex, from Everest director Baltasar Kormaker, follows a grief-stricken climber who flees to the Australian bush for solitude, only to become the prey of a very human hunter. 81,000 votes say the premise pulled people in, but a 6.1 and a 58 Metascore say the execution was standard survival thriller stuff. Gorgeous landscapes, a committed lead, and a story you've seen a dozen times before. Tense enough for a Friday night, forgotten by Saturday morning. Number 8 puts justice itself on trial. Mercy stars a detective who has 90 minutes to convince an artificial intelligence judge that he didn't murder his wife. Director Timur Bekmambetov built his name on kinetic, screen-based gimmicks, and critics felt the concept badly outran the execution, a rough 34 on Metacritic. Audiences were far kinder at 6.2, with 24 million at the box office. It's a killer, very 2026 premise, handing the courtroom over to a machine that the movie never quite cracks. A great trailer in search of a great film. At 7, Boot Camp meets the unknown. War Machine follows the final recruits of a brutal special ops program who run into a deadly force they were never trained for. With nearly 87,000 votes, plenty of people showed up, but a 6.3 and a 54 Metascore mark it as competent and forgettable, the kind of mid-budget action movie that fills a slot and fades from memory. Solid set pieces, thin characters. Perfectly watchable, just not the one you'll still be quoting from 2026. Number 6 is the year's most pleasant surprise nobody saw. The Wrecking Crew, from Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel Soto, throws two estranged half-brothers back together after their father's mysterious death and buries a real conspiracy under all the banter. Critics actually liked it, a 67 on Metacritic, comfortably above the crowd's 6.4. This is the definition of a hidden gem: sharp, funny, and criminally underseen. If you want an action comedy that flew completely under the radar this year, consider this your homework. At 5, the biggest crowd of them all. The Rip, directed by Joe Carnahan, reunited Ben Affleck and Matt Damon as Miami cops who stumble onto a stash of millions in cash, and then start turning on each other as outsiders close in. With a staggering 123,000 IMDb votes, more than any other film on this entire list, it was one of the most watched movies on streaming all year. A 77 from critics and a 6.8 from fans make it a slick, star-powered thriller that entertained millions, even if it stops just short of greatness. Number 4 takes the galaxy back to the big screen at last. The Mandalorian and Grogu, directed by Jon Favreau, is the first theatrical Star Wars film in years, sending Din Djarin and his tiny green apprentice on a full-scale cinematic adventure. It did what Star Wars does, $178 million at the box office and 72,000 votes. But a 6.9 and a 60 from critics tell the honest story. This is comfort food Star Wars, warm and familiar, without ever reaching for the heights of the franchise's best. Fans smiled. They just didn't gasp. The podium starts with the year's strangest swing. Good luck, have fun, don't die marks the long-awaited return of Gore Verbinski, director of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, with a gloriously weird premise. A man from the future walks into a Los Angeles diner to recruit the exact crew he needs to stop a rogue artificial intelligence. Critics landed at a solid 66, and audiences matched it at 7.0. But $8 million at the box office is tiny. This is a future cult classic in the making, the kind of ambitious, one-of-a-kind film that finds its real audience years later on streaming. At number 2, The Master Goes to War with the Sea. The Odyssey is Christopher Nolan's Blood and Thunder adaptation of Homer, following Odysseus on his brutal, cursed voyage home from Troy, past the Cyclops, the Sirens, and Calypso. It is, by a mile, the best-reviewed film on this list, an outstanding 89 on Metacritic, and audiences backed it with a superb 8.3. Sweeping, savage, and unmistakably Nolan. In almost any other year, this would be number 1 without question. But 2026 had one more surprise waiting. And at number 1, the biggest shock of the year. Dhurandhar, The Revenge, directed by Dhurandhar, is a 3-hour and 50-minute Indian action epic about an undercover agent who buries himself so deep in Karachi's criminal underworld that he becomes its most feared kingpin. On raw audience score, nothing else comes close. An astonishing 8.5, edging out even Christopher Nolan for the top spot. It's ferocious, operatic, and utterly committed, and it's the clearest proof yet that some of the most electrifying action on Earth is coming out of Indian cinema. If you only watch one film from this whole list, the voters have spoken. It's this one. Here's the whole genre side by side, and the story of action in 2026 is a massive gap at the top. 2 films, Dhurandhar and Nolan's Odyssey, tower over everything else, both above 8. While the entire rest of the field is packed between 6 and 7. Notice what that means. The biggest franchises, Star Wars and DC's Supergirl, all landed mid-pack or lower. In 2026, the action that thrilled audiences most wasn't the safest brand. It was the boldest, most committed filmmaking, whether it came from Hollywood or from Mumbai. A couple more that just missed the cut. Mortal Kombat II delivered fatalities and fan service for a 6.7, and the gritty Citizen Vigilante landed at 6.2, both just outside the 10 most watched. So that was action in 2026, from 10 to 1, 2 towering epics, and a field of solid, familiar blockbusters chasing them. Did the voters get it right? Is Dhurandhar really better than Nolan's Odyssey? And which one got robbed? Tell me in the comments. And if this helped you find your next watch, a like and a subscribe genuinely help the channel. Thank you so much for watching.